Something I appreciate about Solomon as a character is very early on in 1 Kings where it talks about his prayer for wisdom. I think this is one of those moments where you just kind of have to appreciate how simple and straightforward the message is in this section. A lot of times the Bible gets accused for being convoluted or saying things that have a sort of meaning to them that's difficult to decipher. However, Solomon's prayer for wisdom feels very straightforward in both its message and the idea that comes with it. Solomon, just becoming a new king, decides to pray for wisdom following after a statement that his father had made on his deathbed. This prayer is remarkable not only because of the fact that it was granted, but the idea that the way Solomon was approached was God came to him and said, "Tell me one thing you want and I'll give it to you." And Solomon, rather than choosing gold, riches, or anything else, asks God for wisdom more than anything. And because of this, God clearly states that since Solomon asked for wisdom in place of gold or anything like that, that he will not only grant him wisdom, but all of the gold and stuff that you would think that Solomon would want if he could have one thing from God. Now, God certainly isn't a wish-granting genie, but in this instance, it kind of shows this idea of like, if you could have anything, what should you want? The story of Solomon makes a great case for wisdom being one of the most valuable things that a person can have. And throughout Solomon's life, we see the benefits of this wisdom, and we also see what happens when you decide not to use it, as ends up happening to Solomon later. But nevertheless, I think this is a wonderfully simple story and a very important one to keep in mind. I often find myself personally praying for wisdom like that of Solomon because it's just such a wonderfully poignant and very clear statement within the Bible. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are, and I'll see you tomorrow.